Hello everyone. So today we'll be solving the first assignment of chapter 8. The question I gave you was write two menu driven programs, one using buffer reader and second using scanner to ask for user's choice and temperature. And the choices are, if the users give 1, then you have to convert the Fahrenheit to Celsius. That means the user will give 1 and the temperature in Fahrenheit. Similarly, if the choice is 2, the user will give Celsius as the input and you have to convert the Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so first let us solve this question using scanner. Because you are using scanner since class 9, you are more acquainted with it. So first we'll solve this question using scanner and then we'll convert this question to buffer reader. So here in this question, if you divide into three parts, that is input, processing and output. So what are the input here? Input are choice, the user's choice, and the temperature. The temperature may be in Fahrenheit or maybe in Celsius. It depends on the choice of the user. So first you have to ask for the choice, and according to the choice, you will ask the user if you want a Fahrenheit or a Celsius as temperature. Okay. Processing, that is either you have to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius or if the choice is second one, then you have to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. So this will be your processing part. Your output, you have to print the final value. Okay, and you have to print the final value. So let us move to the BlueJ platform. So first of all, since you are using scanner class, before starting the program, you have to write the import statement. So we'll import java dot, it is present in the package util. The scanner class is present in the package util. So java dot util dot asterisk. Then we'll write the class name. Here in this question, I have not mentioned any class name. So you can take anything. So let us take Divya classes for now. Okay. And inside this, I will write the function. And we will not take any parameter input because this program we are doing using scanner and buffer reader. First we will do in scanner. So in scanner program, there are few compulsory parts you have to write. If you can remember, or if you don't remember, please go to the chapter 8 library classes video where I have mentioned that there are 4 important parts that are compulsory to write, both in scanner and in buffer. So first is the input statement. Second is throws input mismatch exception. Whatever the program is, you have to write these steps. Then the scanner line, scanner x equal to new scanner and within brackets system dot in. Okay, and you have to write a print statement, the fourth important point. This was the first point, it is compulsory to write. The second point, this is also compulsory to write. The third line, this is also compulsory to write. And the fourth one is, before taking input, you have to write the print statement. So what input do you want from the user? First is you have to ask for his choice. So we'll print out.println enter choice. And we have to give what are the choices, or how will the user know? So I will write, so first one is you have to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. To Celsius. This is the first choice. Second choice is, I'll just copy this. Second choice is just the opposite, that is Celsius to Fahrenheit. Clear? Convert Fahrenheit to Celsius, Fahrenheit to Celsius, and the second one is convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. So if the user gives the choice as 1, you have to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. If the user gives the choice as 2, then you have to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. So now we have asked the user about the choice. Then we have to write the input statement, or else how will the user input it? So what is the syntax for scanner input? we are taking what type of value? 1 and 2 are integer value. So we have to write the syntax of the integer input for scanner. So I will first take a variable. I will declare that variable here only. Let the variable be ch. Ch means choice, short form. Here I will write ch equal to x dot next int. This is the syntax to take integer input in scanner class. And after taking input, so now if the input is 1, we have to do Fahrenheit to Celsius. If input is 2, you have to do Celsius to Fahrenheit. So how to check what is the input? That is, you have to use switch case, or else you can also use if. Here I have not mentioned anything. So if you are using switch, it is correct. If you are using simple if also, that will be fine. Let us do this in switch, menu-driven program. Actually, you should prefer to do in switch. Switch ch. Ch is the choice. Okay, and here the first case. What is the first case? You have to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. But how to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius? Do you have the temperature yet? No. So you will ask the user for the temperature now. System.out.println, enter temperature in Fahrenheit. So now we'll take input for the Fahrenheit temperature. So first we'll declare the variable. We'll declare it double because temperature may be in point also. So I will take two variables, F for Fahrenheit and C for Celsius. Okay. So now we'll take input in Fahrenheit, x dot next double, because the variable F is of double type. And now we'll calculate. So the formula for Celsius is C equal to 5 by 9.0. I am giving 0.0 because if you write 5 by 9, the value will become 0. Integer, when both are integer, answer will also be integer. So I will make it mixed mode, or you can also make it in real mode. Into F. F is what? F is the temperature in Fahrenheit. Minus 32. Okay, clear? So now the Celsius will be calculated. Then our next job is to print the value. Temperature in Celsius. And the value is in C. Then after completion of case, you have to write a break statement. So this is the case 1. But what if the user gives the value 2? So we have to write case 2. Now in case 2, what you have to do? Again you have to ask input for Celsius this time. If the choice is 2, you have to ask the temperature in Celsius. And we'll get the Celsius value, but now we will be calculating Fahrenheit. The formula is 1.8 into F plus, this will be C. Right, the variable is C this time, because now you have got Celsius and you have to calculate Fahrenheit. And the temperature in Fahrenheit is, the value is stored in F. Clear? What if the user has given 3 or 0 or minus 5? Means not 1 and 2 but other than 1 and 2. So you have to write a default statement. That is, you will tell the user that you have entered a wrong choice. Wrong choice entered. And always write a break statement after default. Clear? So now the program is complete. We'll compile it and we have no syntax error. Close. We'll run the program and then again I will explain it. So first it is asking for a choice. So let us give 1 and let the temperature of Fahrenheit be 32. Okay, so what should be the answer? It should be 0. Because F minus 32, 32 minus 32 is 0. You multiply, whatever you multiply, it will give 0 only. So the temperature in Celsius is 0. So next time I will input 2. So this time let us give me 10. So 1.8 into 10 is 18 plus 32. So we'll get the temperature in Fahrenheit as 50. Clear? Very simple program. So what I did? So first I ask the user for his choice. After getting the choice, I use switch case. That is, which case should I do? Should I do case 1? Should I do case 2? That is, if you want to do Fahrenheit to Celsius or to Celsius to Fahrenheit. If the case is 1, I am asking the user for the temperature in Fahrenheit, calculating the Celsius temperature and printing it. Similarly, if the choice is 2, I am asking the user for Celsius, getting the input from the user, calculating the value in Fahrenheit and then printing the value. In case the user is giving something wrong choice, then I am printing that you have entered a wrong choice. Clear? So many students do what? They will take input here. So what will be the problem if you take input here? I have taken input here, case 1 and case 2. So in case 1 I am asking for Fahrenheit temperature, in case 2 I am asking for Celsius temperature. So if you take input here, the problem is, so don't take input here, because if you take input here, how will you let the user know that if you want the temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit? For example, I will write the print statement, enter the temperature in Fahrenheit. So do you even know that if you need to input the temperature in Fahrenheit or Celsius? Because till now you have not checked what was his choice. So here you can only write enter temperature. So what temperature? Temperature in Fahrenheit or temperature Celsius? Right? So here there will be a problem. You cannot ask the user that what temperature you want. Do you want temperature in Celsius or do you want temperature in Fahrenheit? Okay. So since there are two types of values to be inputted, it can be either in Fahrenheit or Celsius, it is advisable to take input in each case. So now we'll convert the scanner program into buffer reader program. It is very easy to convert it. Once you have written in scanner, you just have to change the syntaxes. So in case of java.util, it will be java.io. In case of throws input mismatch exception, it will be IO exception. Instead of the scanner line, you have to write the buffered reader line. That is buffer reader x equal to new buffered reader. A new line, that is new input stream reader, then system.in and bracket close. And you have to change the input methods because these are for scanner. You have to convert this for buffer reader. That is, here it will be integer dot parse int, and inside bracket you have to write x dot readline. Similarly, for double you have to write double dot parse double. Clear? And here also. So you have to change total 4 things. That is the import statement, the throw statement, the buffer reader, that is from scanner to buffer reader line, and the input methods. So you have taken 3 inputs: choice, input for Fahrenheit, and input for Celsius. The job is done. Now the program is completely converted to buffer reader and it is correct. Now we'll run it. It will look similar. So now we'll give the choice as 1 and the temperature 32 and it is 0 degrees Celsius. Similarly, now I'll give the choice as 2 and let the temperature be 10. So answer is 50 degrees Celsius. And in case I give something different, that is for 4, then you will get that it is a wrong choice. Wrong choice entered. It is very simple program. Okay, clear? So once you have written in scanner, it is very easy to convert it to buffer. You have been writing scanner programs in class 9, so you are more acquainted with it. So in board exam, you can write in scanner. If, for example, you want to write in buffer and you are not getting to know that how will I start from buffer reader, first write the program in scanner, then convert all these 4 things. That is the import statement, the throw statement, the scanner line, and the input method, the part where you are taking the input, to the buffer reader syntax. Write in pencil, rub it and convert it to buffer reader. So simple to do. Right? Clear? Okay. So now next we'll do another question. So this question came in the year 2014. The question is using switch case. So here switch case is mentioned. So it is compulsory to do in switch case. If you do in simple if, then will not get marks. Okay. So write a menu driven program means you have to write a menu. A menu is compulsory here. To calculate the maturity amount of bank deposit, the user is given the following options. That is, there are two choices. One for term deposit, two for recurring deposit. So if the user inputs 1, you have to calculate term deposit. If the users input 2, then you have to calculate the recurring deposit. For the first option, that is for the term deposit, the inputs are principal, the rate of interest and the time period. So principal, capital P, the variables, you have to take these variables because it has mentioned. Okay, don't change the variables here. If variables are mentioned in board exam, please don't take your own variables. Take these variables. You have to take capital P, you have to take small r, you have to take small n for principal, rate of interest and years respectively. Calculate and output the maturity amount. That is, you have to store the value in A and print it using the formula. Formula is also given. All the formulas will be given in board exam, so don't worry. Okay. Similarly, if the option is 2, that is the choice is 2, again you have to take the monthly installment, that is nothing but principal amount, the rate of interest and times of pay and times in months. Calculate and print the amount, maturity amount using the formula. So there are two formulas here. One to calculate the term deposit, second to calculate the recurring deposit. In case the option is not one of these, that is 1 or 2, then you have to print an error message. That is in the default. You have to give that you have written a wrong choice. Okay, you have to tell the user that they have given a wrong choice. So here, can you see one thing? Here the variables are same. Here there is capital P, here also there is capital P. Here there is smaller, here also there is smaller. Here there is small n and here there is small n. Okay. So you have to take only these variables. You cannot take any other variables. Like for principal you are taking x, then it will be wrong. Okay. Don't take x because x is not mentioned here. So you have to be careful when writing programs in board exam. So let us start doing this program using scanner. We'll do this program using scanner. And it can be easily converted to buffered also. So first, we have to write the import statement java.util.asterisk. Then we write the class name. Since here no class name is mentioned, you can take anything. And we'll take a function, no parameter input, but you have to write the throw statement. Input mismatch exception. Okay. Now, before taking input, you have to do what? You have to write the scanner line. Scanner x equal to new scanner system.in, and then you have to print the menu, or else how will the user know what choice to give? So you have to write the print statement, and even the print statement is compulsory before taking input. So enter your choice. Again we'll write print statement. The first choice is 1 for term deposit and the second choice is for recurring deposit. Clear? Now we'll ask the user for the choice. Let the variable be ch x dot next int. Please declare the variables before taking input. Int ch equal to 0. It is always advisable to declare everything in the first line of the function. The function starts here. In the first line, declare all the variables. Don't declare here. Though you can also write int here, but it is always advisable to write here. Okay. If you don't know how many variables you are going to use in a program, leave 2 to 3 lines and later fill it up. Okay. So now we have the choice, and now only we'll ask the user for the principal amount, the rate of interest and years. Because since there are same variables, we cannot take input in the cases right now. In the previous program, we took input in case 1 and case 2 because both were different. Because in the first case, we are taking input for Fahrenheit, And the second case, you are taking input for Celsius. Two different variables, where here you are using only same variable, that is P, R and N. So here we will be taking input here only. So we will write print statement. You will write enter principal. So next we'll take input for rate, and next we'll take input for the time or the period. Okay. So P for principal, it has told to take capital P to take the input of principal. X dot next double. Then for rate R, again the same thing, X dot next double. All can be in decimal value. Okay. And time, you have to take N. Time you have to take N. And generally it will be in integer form, but it is fine if you take in double also. No issues if you take in double. Okay. So now you have to also declare those variables, and double P, double R and N. Clear? Now I have taken the input. Now we have to write the switch statement. Because how will you know that what formula to use? Either you have to use this formula or you have to use this formula. Okay, if his choice is 1, this one. If choice is 2, this one. So you have to check what is the choice, and then we'll solve our first case. The first case is you have to use this formula, that is A equal to P into, and you have to write in Java form, not this form, 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power N. That is, you have to use math function because power is there, right? So you have to use math function, math dot power. Then after calculating, what you have to do? You have to print it. Then after calculating, you have to print it, and the value is in, you can write maturity amount plus A. Okay, done. And then you have to write the break statement. Similarly, we'll write for case 2, and the formula this time is P into N, P into N plus P into N into N plus 1, N plus 1 whole divided by 2, whole divided by 2 into R by 100, into R by 100 into 1 by 12. Don't write 1 by 12. It is an integer form. It will give you 0. Convert it to real form or mixed mode form. Then print the value and then break. Clear? And in case the choice is wrong, you have to write a default statement. And here also in this question, it has told you to write. So it is compulsory to write. You have marks for this. System.out.println wrong choice entered. Wrong choice entered. And then break. Now your program is over. Clear? And we have another variable to declare, that is A. So now we'll run the program. So first it is asking for choice, let us give 1. Then it is asking for the principal. So let it be 50,000. Enter rate, maybe 4. Enter time, maybe for 2. So the maturity amount is 54,080 rupees. So after 2 years, you will get an amount of 54,000, though you have invested only 50,000. Similarly, if I give the choices 2 and the principal as again 50,000 and the rate as 4 and the time as 24, it was in months. Okay, so I'll get 12,50,000. Why this much? Only 50,000 you are getting so much, because in recurring deposit 50,000 need to be deposited every month. This is more of mathematics, so we'll not go into that. Okay, we'll just write the program now. So this is the program using scanner. So what we did, first we gave the menu, took the choices input, then the principal as input, then the rate as input, and then the time as input. Then according to the choice, you use the formula to calculate the maturity amount, and then printed the value. Clear? The same program can also be done using buffer reader. That is, you have to write, instead of util.io, instead of this you have to write IO exception, and in case of scanner you have to write the buffer reader line, buffer reader, new buffer reader, and here new input stream reader, and then the bracket close, and you have to change this input syntaxes. Okay, so this is integer, so it will be integer dot parse int x dot read line. Similarly, this will be double dot parse double x dot read line, and for this and also for this. Done. The program is now converted to buffer reader. Same thing, the output will not change, it is just the input method. Okay, 4 and then 2, same. Clear? So you don't have to copy this program from the video. Okay, I will be sharing this programs in the WhatsApp group you have. Okay, I will be sharing with you directly all the answers. So from that you can copy that. Clear? So next class also I will be giving you some assignments. You have to solve it and then send to the WhatsApp number that is provided in the WhatsApp group. It will be implemented in the WhatsApp group. So till then, have a nice time. Meet you soon. Thank you.